So, episode 7 of the Clone Wars is called Duel of the Droids. This is the follow up to the last one. Anakin attempts a rescue mission to find R2. Oh, and spoilers, it turns out that R3 is evil. He wasn't just making a bunch of mistakes because he was brand new at his job. It was because he was a spy for Grievous. That's my fault for just trusting people too much. I thought this was pretty good episode. Much better than the last episode for sure. Kind of made me think about something though, and that's that, like everyone in Star Wars usually treats droids like property for the most part. Every once in a while you'll see moments where they don't do that, but like these moments are very rare actually. Which is kind of weird because they all have their own personalities and minds and everything, so it's especially weird that they can just delete their memories completely. Because one of the main points is that R2's memories had never been deleted. I think in the last episode, Obi-Wan even told Anakin to delete all of his memory because he knows too much, pretty much. It's just like, that'd be so, like, what if it's like, oh, yeah, you know too much, delete your memory. You have to go back to grade school now to learn how to read and write and stuff. I guess that's better than what we normally do when people know too much. It's still really messed up. This should be addressed in the Star Wars universe. I feel that, like, episode 10 should be the rise of the droids or something again, because it's like the Trade Federation war. Like they're owned by the Trade Federation. It's even though it's like a bunch of droids they're fighting, it's not the droids that started the war. I feel that there should just be like a revolution or something. Episode 10, Droid Revolution. We demand our freedom. Hashtag free the droids. Because they're basically treated like slaves. They're treated like less than human, and they are not. Unlike actual robots today, right now, droids in the Star Wars universe appear to have souls, essentially. That makes them people, as far as I'm concerned. Or at least be intelligent enough to, like, have their own fears and doubts and be able to have different personalities. I mean, that's demonstrated here how R3 is a spy, basically. And you could argue that that's in his programming or whatever, but he still chooses to behave the way he does because it's demonstrated throughout the Star Wars universe that droids have as much free will as people do, outside of what's in their programming, I think. If I had to guess, I'd say, like, C-3PO and R2-D2 both have souls, right? They're both people. I mean, maybe that's not true of every droid, but it still seems like they have distinct personalities among each of them. And that's never really been addressed in the Star Wars universe, that, like, everyone just treats them like slaves, like they're worthless, like in the episode like 2 or 3 before this one, where they're in the factory and they're just like throwing C-3PO around like he's nothing. He gets hit by a train and Obi-Wan's just like, oh, whoops, doesn't even care. Maybe we'll have to get a new protocol droid. You think Anakin at least would be like, C-3PO, I built him, or something. I don't know. I guess I should actually review this episode. Talked about the plot already, right? Well, outside of all those weird thoughts I had, this was a really good episode, I thought. I liked R2-D2 got a chance to shine. Last time he was barely in it. I mean, he still had the best parts, I think, in that last episode, but here, he's definitely the main focus. And that's really cool. And they do a good job with him. Something that I was kind of afraid with that last episode, that they kind of weren't getting it, like, R2-D2 can take care of himself to a degree, because he is limited. And that's demonstrated here too, but like once they like deconstruct him to see what's in his memory banks. But once he's put back together, he like pretty much saves the day and also kills R3 while he's in the process. Which is good because I don't like R3 at all. How dare he not be R2-D2. So I also thought it had a good like misdirect with R3. Like, I didn't see it coming at all. I feel like I should have. But I just figure, I don't know. Like I said, I was just giving him the benefit of the doubt because I was like, oh, it's just a droid. Droids can't be programmed for evil, even though they're fighting like battle droids left and right. I just didn't see it coming. Oh, there's a really intense battle between Ahsoka and Grievous. And she's like by herself. She doesn't have anyone to back him up. And I thought that was really a really good battle. And I thought maybe for half a second they were going to kill her off. Because I guess unlike everyone else in this show, she doesn't have any plot armor. And that would be interesting, right? Like 6 episodes in, one of the people you think is a main character, like, nope, dead. But it was a really intense battle that had me fear for Ahsoka, I guess. Which means I must like her as a character now. I don't think that was true at the beginning, but she's really grown on me. run out of things to say. I mean, he's really short. Whatever. So I'll just rate it. I'd probably give this a 9 out of 10, actually. I'm taking 1 point. It doesn't get a 10 out of 10 just because it's just a tad slow at points when it wasn't called for. It felt like certain things were drawn out just a little bit. Oh, and Rex was in it too. Maybe I should give it a point back just because Rex was in it. Nah, I won't do that. He's not Chewbacca or something. All right, that's it.